Hello. Welcome to On My Mind, the podcast featuring yours truly, Michael Martinez. Last week, I did an episode on my own talking a lot about behind the scenes. So check that episode out if you haven't already. Had some interesting ideas and propositions that would be kind of nice if I got some audience feedback. But anyway, it's episode 11, and I bring a very special guest on the show today. She's wonderful, supportive, and probably the best thing about her, my best friend. Welcome to the show, Melanie.
Did I just get friend zone?
Friend zone? What do you mean? They're not mutually exclusive.
I just got best friend zone.
She's also my girlfriend. Is that what you wanted me to say? Anyway.
I mean, best friend is nice, but that's how you introduce your girlfriend. Oh, she's my best friend. See, now, never mind.
Are we starting the episode all over?
Hi.
Anyway, it's yeah. I thought that was gonna be sweet, but I guess not. Anyway,
it is sweet. I like it.
If you're new here, why not subscribe? We upload new episodes every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 12 p.m. Pacific if you're on the West Coast. On YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other platforms where you may listen to your favorite podcasts. So yeah, with that being said, I don't really have much of an intro to say. So from a Q&A with questions submitted from Instagram, which by the way, follow OMM the podcast if you're not already on Instagram, to your usual chatter, I present to you On My Mind. So Melanie, are you ready?
I am ready.
Nice. Let's start with the first question. So this, I got one. Oh, see, it's because I got a lot of questions, but I don't know if I want to say all of them. Yeah, I mean, Angel. So I guess I'll start with the first one. When did you know your feelings for Michael switched from platonic to romantic?
Oh, geez.
That's a great question.
I expose myself?
That's a great question. And it was from Abby, by the way.
It was from Abby. Damn.
I asked her before the show. I was like, do you want to get caught off guard or do you want a little sneak peek? And she was like, probably off guard because it's better. So
I didn't know
I had to hit her hard with the hard questions.
Easy into it. Okay. From platonic to this. I'm sorry, that Taylor Swift song just came in my head.
Oh, I don't listen to Taylor Swift.
So we have this thing called the hug, and that is literally the turning point of our relationship. So I would say that I did have feelings for him.
Oh.
Before that hug, which was on the last day of school.
Yeah, no, it's like a cute, complicated, long story.
It's a very long.
We actually tried to document it and gave up. It's been a while. Well, I mean, it was because of me, right? I stopped writing.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is there is a lot of context, which I guess in short, me and Melanie, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time to say your name.
You don't call me Melanie a lot.
Melanie and I, that's true. Anyway, Melanie and I, we met through our high school marching band. She was one of the drum majors, which is basically
the drum major.
Okay, she was that's right, you were the drum major. And which is basically the whole captain of the entire band.
I was in charge.
Yeah, it's one step below the actual band director himself. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm spreading false information.
official, I think.
Maybe
Kind of.
under the
It's
staff.
the top student leadership position.
There you go.
Say that.
Yeah. And then I said this was going to be short, but I'm saying way too much. Okay. Point is, we met in marching band, and we were kind of like okay friends. And then out of nowhere, we became like best friends. And then that didn't become official until March 13th of 2020, which is the date of this, what I can't even do this, of what Melanie said, or labeled the hug. Yeah. So like March 13th was our last in-person day of school, for like high school. And then, and so, yeah, so that's when I called her, my best friend. And then we also shared like this really awesome hug. This is probably one of the best hugs I've ever gave and received. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah. Like, cause we thought we were gonna, wait, what?
Like, it was definitely one of those hugs where it's like, it's different. Like you feel it. It's like, it's different. And yeah. Also, I just kind of wanted to say, when he called me his best friend, I got so flustered.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I got really flustered. So I think that also kind of was like, dude.
See, I'm like, so there's a fine line here. This is kind of like a side tangent. There's a fine line between like, what I can say on the show and what should probably not be said on the show. Yeah. I mean, like I mentioned before, Melanie is like my best friend and my girlfriend, and like I like talk to her every day for the most part. Sometimes I get a little tired and I like knock out. But yeah, we are a long distance relationship too. I probably should have mentioned that too. I'm currently living in Maine, and she's back home in California. Or at least that's where. Oh, apparently that's a huge deal, like saying Cali or not, because a lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it. It's kind of like polarizing.
California.
See, I'm like super formal. I just say
are weird.
California.
People get mad and offended for weird things. I'm not going to get into that.
Anyway, yeah. Right. So then after, yeah. So, okay. Side note ended. So after that, hug. So you see, like we thought we were gonna come back after like 2 weeks, and then those 2 weeks ended up becoming months, and then that couple of months ended up becoming my whole senior year. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of like I didn't know that was gonna be like the last time I like saw her at school, which was, I mean, the audience can't see that, but what was it? Are these stickers?
These are stickers. I bought stickers.
Sorry,
I get distracted.
She got really excited about stickers. I mean, they're really nice stickers,
so
though.
pretty.
I know, yeah.
I'm gonna put them on my laptop. I'm gonna be one of those girls now. Anyways,
on like the back, or on like the kind of where you rest your palms?
Back.
On the back, okay.
On the back.
Or like, what is it? Like the
my
lid?
Laptop chipped.
It chipped?
In the corner.
Did you drop it?
No. I was in psychology class and it was already cracked. I don't know how I cracked. I don't know. But yeah, and then out of nowhere I hear something fall and I see and the piece like
it straight up fell apart.
So it's gonna happen a lot. I'm gonna go to a different story. Sorry. Anyways,
I mean, that's exactly the kind of energy we have here on the show. Yeah. Hey, what are we talking? Oh yeah. So yeah, after that hug, we went to like virtual school, and then
virtual school.
Yeah, whatever. And I don't know. We kept talking. She is in the grade above me. That's also an interesting note about us. She. I can't. Hello?
It's okay. It's okay. You keep going.
Okay. Yeah. And we kept talking, and then I don't know. It got to the point where like I was texting her like pretty much all day, every day. And then we would have like video calls. It was nice. Yeah. I don't know what happened. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and then eventually, I think I like asked her out, kinda like over a
Yeah,
voice
on
message, because I wanted to keep it like as in person as possible, which kind of sounds weird, but I mean, like I hadn't seen her in so long, and then now she's holding up. You really do get distracted a lot.
sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And oh, that stretch is so far. What?
It's a stress thingy. It's squishy for a reason.
Yeah, I'm kind of sorry to the audience that you can't see all of this because I mean, well, one, you get to see how pretty she is, but also like all the stuff she's holding up. Um, yeah. Anyway, did I
Continue
ever
with the
tell you I
story.
was a little bit smooth? Okay, so yeah, but the point is, I kind of asked her out, and then she said she'll think about it, or like she gave me like a delay, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It's kind of blurry. This last year was crazy, but yeah. And then we like met together for one of my friend's birthdays. Um, and then I
And
think
I was making
that
all the first moves.
she literally was making all the moves. Oh man, those are really good days. But anyway, yeah. And I didn't ask her out. I have no idea why. Well, actually,
I do. I remember
what were
one.
my reasons? It was just like I didn't want to take the day away from Javi, and
Something had happened in your family.
oh, I don't remember
And
that.
then yeah, and then
Well,
you also wanted the day to have like a
the
special
meaning.
meaning.
Oh yeah, that was the main reason. Yeah, I wanted to have the day. Yeah, so like I'm kind of weird. I wanted the day to have like a special meaning or whatever. And then eventually I was just like whatever. And I mean I guess
We made a special meaning. I don't know
yeah.
what he was going on about that. I'm like, okay, am I not special enough?
Oh
Sure.
my god. um, yeah, so
I'm not really toxic. I swear.
I
I just
feel
was
like
putting him
the title of the episode is starting to make a little sense. Anyway, yeah. The point is, I asked her out in October 3rd, that year, and we've been together ever since. So it's been like, well, actually, today's our 14-month
Today's our
anniversary.
14th month, and guess what my loving boyfriend
I forgot.
said to me when I told him about
I
it.
totally forgot. But what did I say?
You're like, oh yeah, that's why I'm making this episode. No, I'm be honest, I totally forgot. I'm like, yeah, I figured.
See, and that's not the first time I forgot it. See, okay, here's my defense though. Like, I feel like once you hit the anniversary, it kind of like the month anniversaries almost don't feel like as special. But that doesn't mean that they aren't special, which is why I still feel bad for forgetting. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's like yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
so basically, we just explained how we kind of got together and some interesting details about me and stuff. I don't know what. And then also her answer to my question was that day when we shared that hug. Yeah.
Okay. This question was asked by my roommate.
Oh,
right?
Uh-oh.
He said, how did you pull such a cutie?
Oh. I feel like that's more giving a compliment to you. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like okay, so she said that that's when her kind of feelings flipped. And and so that means like I kind of already had her like on the hook, right? But you still had to reel it in. So I don't know. It's like how did okay, one thing that comes to mind is just how flirty I was over text. And this was like a whole thing for like months where she would be like, "You're all talk." Yeah, Melanie, go ahead.
The flirting didn't start until after we come back. So
until what?
That technically it didn't start until after we told each other that we liked each other.
Oh, right, because we did have like a...
So,
yeah.
What about that little section in between? What did you do during that time?
What did I do?
To make me not leave because you were leaving me hanging for so long.
I don't know what you're getting at.
I could answer it for you, but it's your question. So I want to know what you think you did that made me like you.
That totally caught you? Can I draw a lifeline? Ask the audience? No, I'm kidding. What did I do?
You were just there. You were there.
Oh.
He listened. He's a really, really good listener. And he was there. And it's like a relationship is more than that, but also like that really counts. Having somebody who you know is going to be there. He seen me through my worst and like stuck with me, and it's still here with me, like at my back. Well, but anyways, yeah, he listened. He made me laugh a lot. Those nights when we would text or we would have a late call, it was just laughter and then wholesomeness. He'll make me flustered, which I used to think was a hard thing, but apparently since I met him, it's not hard to get me flustered.
She was all about like, you're never gonna get me flustered. Like super poker faced or whatever. And then now it's like it's so easy for me. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, see, it's like the reason I guess I couldn't like figure that out was just because like the same goes for you. Like you were there for me. I mean, remember April? April was like such a crappy month for me last year. I don't know what the heck happened. I was like probably at my worst then. And then yeah, I don't know, complicated reasons. There's a lot of reasons. I like
that's when the late night texts start.
I like really missed school because it was like such a huge part of my life. And there was just like so much uncertainty. And that's also when the idea of this podcast became a thing, because I was like, it's so nice just getting to like talk about things. Thank you, Melanie. And then I don't know, like the idea of making a podcast was always on the back burner. And I was all like, yo, like I like randomly found it in my notes and I was like, what if I actually started this? And hence here we are now. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. And Melanie has been there the whole time. Yeah, I don't know. See, like I wouldn't say that's something like I did exclusive. Like that was something we both were for each other. Like we were always that person who like, anytime something happened, like you were the first person I wanted to tell and that kind of stuff. So it's
atypical. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, that show is so good. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Atypical, Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it's about an autistic guy, who kind of like goes through the troubles of love and coming of age and, you know, following what he wants to do in life. And it's a pretty nice show, has its moments, can make you really angry, can make you really happy.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Great show. Yeah, I recommend it. It's one of my favorite shows on Netflix. But yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. So I didn't know that's what like caught you. I figured it was like, oh, but then again, if we can, yeah, actually I'm kind of dumb. That makes sense.
That caught me, and then later on in the relationship, other things.
Like it just got better.
Yeah, it just emphasized how much I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, my question. That's right. So I guess to kind of flip the tone a little bit. What's your biggest pet peeve about Michael or me?
Oh my God.
Here we go.
I've been waiting for this one. No, my biggest pet peeve.
If you have a couple, I mean, I don't mind me being exposed. That's happened to me so many times on this show.
No. Well, this is the one that I really, really don't like. And it's not just Michael, but Michael does it a lot. every time he says something,
I think I know
and
exactly
then
what she's gonna say.
he doesn't want to finish it. He's like, never mind. And he stops. He stops talking, and I hate it. I've told him, he knows this. I've told him this before. And
Yeah.
he keeps doing it. So in order to stop this, and also because of other things, to make sure we communicate, we have a word that we say.
A code word.
And once we say that word, we have to say whatever we're going to say. Or that whatever was on their mind. It's kind of like penny for a thought.
Also, it has like a double kind of thing too, where it's like you can use it for that, or if you want like a completely honest, no matter how brutal it is, like just straight up, the only the truth is like when we use that word.
But so I really like that. I don't like when he's in the middle of telling me something and then he thinks about it and he's like, oh, never mind. I was like, no, you can't leave me hanging like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, to be fair though, I do that to like everyone, and like that I never do it like intentionally. It's just kind of like it just happens, and I'm just like, oh, and then after I realize, once I say never mind, I'm like, oh crap, she's gonna call me out on it.
I feel like I don't even call you out on it anymore. I just like give you a look.
I just know.
I'm just like I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, that.
Yeah. I should have figured that's what you were gonna say to that. Yeah.
Pretty sure that's the only pet peeve I have from you.
Dang, not even the fact that like I'll forget about days like these.
What?
I totally forgot it was the third. Like I didn't even like realize.
No, you see, I can't really get mad about that because we have such busy lives, so like it's understandable. I just like giving crap for it sometimes.
Fair enough. It's your turn.
Okay. This doesn't really revolve like around our relationship, but someone asked, how did he start his podcast? Like the steps, kind of.
Oh, someone's curious.
They asked about you.
On my mind. Well, yeah, but see, like I think on your story you like mentioned like what are some questions about him or for him? Yeah, so I mean I guess it's also for me, but yeah, I've mentioned this. Is that Janet?
Yeah, it's Janet.
Yeah. Debut? Does she want to say hi?
You want to say hi to the podcast? No.
I mean, the audience was able to hear her say, no. So, there you go. That's her roommate.
They don't do cameras. He doesn't show like faces. It's just voices. Okay. Hello.
Hi. Wait, can she hear me? Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's her roommate. If you check a couple of episodes ago, I had my roommates on the show. Yeah, okay. So like it's another really long story of how the show got started, but I guess I kind of alluded to it earlier. That really like tough month where I just felt really unproductive and I needed something to do because I had so much time on my hands. So that was pretty much like the main motivation to get started. And so it started out with me on my laptop and my phone, and I literally just I like use I guess for iPhone users, it's like voice memos, and then I had an Android back then, and it was like the voice recording app. And so that's literally all that's literally all I did. Melanie has a little piggy on her head. Yeah. And I don't know, like I pretty much wrote a script on like a Google document, and then I would read through the script, and I wanted my show to be like unscripted in a sense. So then I like would also so then I would also just kind of like go off the top of my head for like an hour and stuff like that. And you can actually see those episodes on Spotify if you look at this, if you scroll like past all the volume 2 episodes. Thank you. Yeah. if you scroll past all the volume 2 episodes, you can see we have season 0, and those are basically my initial episodes. You'll hear the audio quality is absolutely terrible. Yeah. And so I guess the way it started was I had the idea and I had like the means to do it. And then having to set up the whole YouTube channel and everything, I mean, you had to create a whole new Gmail, and you had to like, oh man, to get it onto Spotify and all these other platforms was a pain. But you had to, I ended up choosing Anchor as like my podcast host. And it basically automatically like distributes everything. Melanie, are you? Yeah. Yeah. Even though she's quiet, she's saying a lot of things right now. Yeah. Anyway. See, now I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I got it onto Spotify and all those other platforms, and I got myself back on track. I've been getting a lot better at that, by the way. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. I used a free video editor to upload onto Spotify. I mean, not on Spotify, onto YouTube. And I had my little brother create a logo, and then I had my friend create a digital version of that logo. And then I ended up creating a new logo for volume 2. And that's kind of what you'll see now when you watch my episodes. But yeah, so I guess like at the most basic, or in the most basic terms, it's pretty much like I pretty much use a laptop to like do everything really. And then you have my phone to record, and that's how we started. And then when I came to Bowdoin, they have studios in the library where you can record. That's where I'm currently at. And so they have software like Adobe Audition, which captures all the audio, so you can hear Melanie, you can hear my voice, and I haven't really used it this episode, but you also have sound effects that you can use. And they have a bunch of microphones, and it's like a super professional setup. Yeah, and that's kind of how I got the show started. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was a crappy explanation. I've talked about this so many times on other episodes. You can probably find it in those. Yeah. Oh, my turn. Bruh.
Your turn.
Okay. Next question. I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so the rest of my questions are kind of like, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. This one has. So, how is having Michael as a boyfriend? That's from Angel.
It is.
Oh, and the pet peeve question was from Mercedes, by the way.
Okay. It was nice. It's nice having
It's
him
nice.
as a boyfriend. It's amazing. Amazing. No,
Oh, she's learning sign language. And I guess so am I. Anyway, sorry.
It's great. It's hard at the moment because of the distance, but we're making it work. We're making it through. We're gonna see each other in a few days. And by a few days, I mean like 20,
2 weeks,
something days. So yeah,
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's having your best friend. Like that's it. Like he introduced me as his best friend, and I made a whole deal about it. But like, no, it really is that. Like, he's not just my boyfriend; he's my best friend. I tell him everything. He knows me probably better than anybody on this earth knows me. He knows stuff that my parents don't know about.
Oh.
Like anybody of my family, he's the one who knows me like inside out, and like. He's a person that I can be myself around without feeling like I'm being judged. So it's literally you're dating your best friend, which I absolutely love because I absolutely love him. So.
Oh, I love you too. Yeah.
Yeah. Really great.
This episode's gonna be all over the place. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like she's the same kind of thing for me too. And I feel like that's kind of cheap because it's kind of just like stealing your compliments. But to be fair, this wasn't really my question. But I mean, yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I guess I feel the most comfortable, and I also like generally feel the most happy around her too. So it's just kind of like that. This, like she said, it was hard, and it's true. Long distance is freaking hard.
Hate it. I hate it. We already made a deal that after college, we are never doing long distance again.
Yeah.
Ever again. No.
Yeah. So I guess that also kind of speaks. Like I can see myself being with her long term as well. Yeah, and it's kind of like it's super comforting to kind of like know that even if you're across the country, she's still gonna be there for me. And she has been. There's been a couple of times where I was like, damn, life sucks. But she was there and kind of just was there to listen, was there to talk when I didn't want to speak. I don't know. She can tolerate me when I'm kind of annoying. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It really is nice. Super happy. Your turn.
My question. Jay asked, when did he realize he had feelings for you or fell in love?
Ooh. See, the whole like questions like these that are like really blurry.
Our story is so complicated that we can't really pinpoint exact
moments. It just kind of
exact moments.
Because I was kind of like in love with her and I didn't even know it because I was like,
it's literally wait for those who know, it's literally a friends to lovers trope. Literally.
Okay, yeah. she really loves her tropes. Yeah.
It's that whole scenario where it's like the best friend like is always there, but the guy's going for like a different girl, and then at the end of the day, it's like it's always been you. Literally, that's our story.
Yeah. Pretty much. So like, yeah, I'm like trying to kind of walk my way around this without stepping on any like loose flooring. I don't know, that's a terrible metaphor analogy. But I mean like, yeah, so I guess when I realized I had feelings for you was much later than you probably did. Yeah, because I mean, if you guys have ever heard, there's no way you guys have heard this song. But if you had, I'm very impressed. But if you guys have ever heard the song First Time Feeling by Ripe, I've kind of like proposed, or not proposed, like recommended Ripe on the show a couple of times as well. One of my favorite bands made it on my Spotify Wrapped, which, yeah, I totally forgot that's a thing. Anyway, so like, I don't know. It's just kind of like it took a little while for me to kind of like see it that like, oh, like Melanie is a really like I knew she was a special person, but it took me a while to see that she was like a really, really, really special person. In that kind of sense where it's like it's something more than just a friendship. And then it took me a little bit to like actually want it too, because funny story, I actually broke up with her before we even started dating.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like I said, complicated story.
Girls right now be like, red flag, red flag.
Yeah, well, it's because I don't want to get into it, but I mean, I guess even though like after that had happened, and she still stuck around and stuff like that, I think that was kind of when I was like, wait, and yeah, I kind of got lucky in a sense because I feel like most people would have kind of just been like, all right, bye after that. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm not really making sense here, but Well, I mean, I probably only make sense to Melanie because I mean she lived through it, but there's basically a lot of variables to take into account here, and I guess I knew I also got something out of that hug, but then I was kind of like ambivalent almost because I had like recently gotten out of a breakup at that point. And then it took a couple of months and I didn't want to like make her feel like she was a rebound. And stuff like that. And so I kind of was like super conflicted where I was all like, I'm not really sure if these are my true feelings. And then eventually, like in June-ish is kind of when I was just like, I'm ready. And then that's when I was kind of like, yeah, I think I love her. And then
he told me he loved me first. And we told each other we loved each other before we started going out.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a whole movie straight up. But that's I guess that's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah. But I mean, like now, you know, here we are after 14 months, officially dating. I can say without a doubt that I do love her. There's no mixed feelings or anything. That was a thing of 2020. We moved past that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. My turn. Is Michael Joey?
Yeah. Michael's nickname is Joey. Sorry,
yeah, Melanie has Melanie has a really interesting microphone setup right now. She's using like earbuds, and you know how like some earbuds have like the microphone on like one of the wires. So she has that, but she like loops it around her ear so that it's closer to a microphone because I said, can you please move the microphone closer to your mouth before we started recording? Yeah. No, like it really is, because otherwise she kind of sounds like she's 10 miles away when she's actually 2,633 miles away. Yeah. And so anyway.
Michael is indeed Joey. I call Michael Joey, so right now every time I call him Michael, it feels weird. Mm-hmm. Like I've been calling you Michael on the show right now, and I'm like, that don't sound right.
Yeah, and then I keep tripping up over her name for whatever reason. It's like I'm a little 6-year-old. But yeah.
Yeah, you see, we're not used to calling each other by our actual names.
Right. You know, it's
but we don't want to get all lovey-dovey.
All the little sweet names and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. Anyways, no PDA.
Too late.
Yeah, so the reason why I call Michael Joey is because if any of y'all seen
I totally that's Maddie, totally the reason.
If you guys seen Liv and Maddie, that Disney show about the twins, they have a brother named Joey, and Michael strikes a strong resemblance with this character.
Physically, so how I look.
Strong. Yeah. And so I remember we had a football game and we were waiting in line for like to eat after halftime, and I turned around, he was talking, and I looked at him and I just stayed staring at him. I think he noticed I was staring at him. He's like, I'm like, so awkward. You look so familiar. And then I'm just like, and I don't know, it hit me. I'm like, Joey. And I pull out the picture and I show it to the people around us that were part of a band as well. I'm like, this looks like Michael. It's Joey. And
no, I thought you didn't even know my actual name at that time.
No, I didn't. Okay, I called him Joey. Like, that's how I knew him now. From like then on out, I would call him Joey. Didn't know his name was Michael. One day he was absent, and our band director was like asking me, he's like, oh, it's like, no Michael today? And I'm like, who's Michael? He's like, you know, clarinet player, white kid, glasses. I'm like, Joey. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, like I'm not exactly a white kid. Just gotta get that out there. Yeah.
He's white, but he's not white.
I'm light skinned. Yeah, no. I learned coming over here to Bowdoin what a white kid is, and that is definitely not me.
Okay, but yeah, I called them Joey so much. People in our band started calling him Joey. So then the new freshman would think his name was actually Joey. Like that's how much. Yeah, he got an identity crisis because of that.
Yeah, I was getting called by like 5 different names. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, but yes, Michael is Joey. Actually, in one of the episodes of Liv and Maddie, Joey was talking about what he would do if he had a twin. He's like, if I had a twin, I would call him Michael.
And that's how you knew it was just like you can't make that up.
So yes, in conclusion, Michael is Joey. And I will say I get a little bit defensive over who calls him Joey because it was just an hour thing at first, and then other people started calling him that.
Well, that's because they didn't actually know my name either, and then they thought my name was Joey.
Those people with band, I'm okay with it. But if it was anybody outside, it's like, yo, you're not part of the group. I don't know. I'm weird with that.
She's a bit too, or not too, but like she's very protective.
I am very protective of the people I love.
Oh man.
I was about to throw hands this summer.
Anyway. Your turn.
The question. This question is by my mama.
Uh-oh.
It's this question in Spanish. I'm going to read it in Spanish, and then I'm going to translate it. But if you speak Spanish, this is actually lyrics to a song. So if you know this song, you know. It's like, ¿Cómo es él? ¿En qué lugar se enamoró de ti? And it's like, es un ladrón que me ha robado tu corazón.
Oh. Damn.
So it's basically, how is he? Like, what kind of person is he? What place did he fall in love with you? And he's a thief because he has stolen your heart from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to answer that question.
Fun fact, my parents put that song on when I get a boyfriend.
Oh.
They always, and like they've been playing that so many times.
Damn.
Like since we started going out, like whenever I'm like on the phone with you or I'm texting and I'm like in my zone with you, I hear that song come on. I'm like, yo, come on.
Yeah. So how am I?
What kind of person are you?
What kind of person am I? I think something you'll notice very quickly about me is that I'm incredibly awkward.
Adorkable.
Well, she calls it adorkable. I'm awkward. Yeah. I feel like I have my moments. I'm pretty good with technology. So I can be your IT guy if you ever need IT support. I love helping out other people. I have a lot of patience thanks to my little siblings. I have 3 of them and they really tested it. Back when I was a little kid, didn't have that much patience, but it kind of like developed. I'm not a person who likes drama and like unnecessary kind of like stuff like that. You know, talking like middle school stuff. I'm kind of over it. Yeah, I like making jokes. I have a pretty dark sense of humor. Yeah. I don't know. Like I can appreciate edgy jokes. But yeah, I love laughing. I love smiling. And I love podcasting. I love doing a lot of things I do. I'm happy to be with this person on the other end of the call. And I also am super appreciative of the people in my life, including you, the listener. Thanks for listening. Especially if you're at this point of the episode, it's kind of 45 minutes. That's kind of a commitment, you know? So
no.
Appreciate that. Also,
sorry.
Didn't feel like it's been 45 minutes. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of me. What was the next question? Like,
in what place did you fall in love with me?
Would it be weird if I said something like, never mind. Oh, wait. Damn. Oh, my God.
Oh. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of him doing exactly, what was it, my pet peeve?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going to say, like, like, would it be weird if I said, like, over the phone or something? Well, because that's kind of like how we communicated. Yeah, you know, pandemic things. Yeah. I feel so bad right now. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
My hair's kind of wavy today.
I feel like my hair's always wavy. But yeah. Also, my hair's really long at the moment. I haven't gotten a haircut since like June. It's December.
That looks good.
It's a little too long. I mean, it's always in my face now, and I'm just like, oh man, it's terrible.
It looks good.
No, you look good. Oh wait, I forget we're in a podcast episode. Yeah.
Anyways. Okay. Your turn.
Oh, okay. Does college get easier? It's not a question about us, but it's a question for you. Considering
no.
Okay.
I think it truly depends what college you're at and what classes you're taking and what you're studying and how you manage your time. Like literally all these factors, it's different for everybody. All the factors are there. It probably maybe yes, just because you're used to it. You get used to it the more you go to it, obviously, right? That's how it is with everything. So in a way, probably yes, but you really have to, it's all about the habits you make. And like right now, I would say I getting a hold of how to do the work compared. Hopefully next semester is easier than this semester. This semester was weird. I liked my classes except one, but I liked all of my classes. And it really helps if you have classes that you're actually interested in. I know sometimes that's not possible, but you should like definitely find ways to make yourself interested in them, because the more interested you are in something, the more it doesn't feel like work. And that really helps you out. And then obviously make like a proper schedule for it, which I still need more practice on doing, but also make time for yourself. Like, don't just focus on work. Like, especially if you're living on campus, like, come on, you're not going to be on that campus forever. Like, make memories, make friends, make all these things, because you're not going to get that time back. And you don't want your college experience just to be something bad where it's like, oh, I couldn't do anything because I was so busy studying. Like, no, if you manage your time properly, you can do all. But yeah, college.
Also, wait, on that point, also don't spend all your time having fun and stuff like that too. Because then,
yeah, you have to.
It's terrible if you fall behind.
It has to be a balance. So yeah, it does get easier probably with time. Still hasn't gotten complete. It's not going to be easy, but you'll definitely get used to it. How about that?
Boom.
I think that's my answer.
Words of wisdom from
a future psychologist.
A future. Oh right, yeah. So she wants to.
Or counselor. I don't know.
She's gonna. You haven't declared it yet, right? So yeah, she's gonna be a psychology major, and I'm planning to major in computer science. Which, by the way, when I tell you how happy I was when I finished that project, it was like what? It was like 3 in the morning for me. And I mean, I mean, there's like a time difference of like 3 hours because we're in different time zones. But yeah, I was like sending her pictures and totally explaining like what my code did and everything. And she was just like, I have no idea what you're saying, but good job. I was like, yes.
I'm like, I have no idea, but you look excited and happy, so I'm happy.
Yeah. It was so much pain, so much struggle, but it's also very rewarding. I don't know.
Cool.
Computer science is interesting kind of thing. I feel like people either like really enjoy it or like really hate it. Yeah. But I mean, psychology is interesting as well.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of for both of us. So when was it that you truly decided that you guys liked each other? I feel like you answered this already, though.
Kinda. I feel like it was when we confessed our feelings to each other.
Yeah.
Wait, who confessed first?
You.
It was me?
Yeah, because you were telling me your decision.
Oh.
That's when you broke up with me.
Yeah.
He confessed to me and then he broke up with me. His words was, I decided to let you go.
Yeah. I was talking about like the feelings. Obviously, they were never let go, but yeah.
But yeah. The hug was a turning point, and then from then on out, like feelings started growing from both sides.
Well,
but
how about,
we didn't know.
How about like when did we decide we liked each other in terms of like friends? Like, how did we become friends? Because I mean, we were kind of like knew each other. So like when I first met her, there was definitely like it wasn't friend. In fact, she was actually like pretty mad at me when we first met because I was unreliable.
Anyway, when did we become friends? Oh, that first time we became friends, I think, was at the mall.
When we like chose each other's clothes and stuff. Yeah. That was a fun time. I think it was at the end of the band season, marching band season.
The last competition.
Yeah.
For my junior year.
Yeah, that was a whole day for Melanie. And,
oh my god!
And she eventually.
You ever have an episode about toxic relationships? I better be on that. Not because of this relationship, but because of my last relationship.
Yeah.
Do I have stories?
Oh boy, we'll see. I'll be like, submit your toxic relationship stories, and then we'll go over them. That sounds fun. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, I also had this idea. I was gonna keep it off air, but I mean, I guess since I already introduced it, I'm not gonna. Never mind it again. Of like, what if people? I feel like this would be too much work though. If people submitted, like submissions of, if your life was like an album, what would be the album cover? And then people get to like create their own album covers, and then like I get to show it on the screen, and I get to like come up, talk about them, be like, what would be some songs in there? Yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah, make a soundtrack for the movie.
Yeah, but I mean,
the whole car scene, looking out the window with a sex song. That's gonna be my scene. That's gonna be the scene where you leave. The scene where you left. That's gonna be that scene. I knew.
Left in terms of like when I came to Bowdoin. Oh man, all those many months ago. Yeah. I remember that day was so bittersweet. It was like one of the funnest times I've ever like hung out with you, but it was also like, I'm leaving tomorrow kind of thing. We had a whole photo shoot. It was so much fun. Yeah.
We saw a shooting star.
That is right.
Like, if that's not a sign, like, come on. I've never seen a shooting star in my life.
Oh, really?
The first time I saw a shooting star was when I was laying next to him, looking up at the stars.
That's so cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I've seen a couple, like maybe 3 or 4. I saw one here when I went stargazing over the summer. It's pretty nice.
My friend, he saw one at a football game.
Uh-huh.
and it was so close that he saw like the tail change colors.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was a meteor shower going on that day.
Oh, I see.
And he saw it, and I'm like,
I've never seen a meteor shower though.
I know, that's one of the things I want to experience.
I feel like that looks so cool. I like love looking at the sky, but I'm more of like a clouds kind of guy, and Melanie's more of like a stargazer.
Yeah, I'm a star kind of person.
Yeah.
Oh, I found when I was out with Janet and Fernie, we went to the Greek theater, and the theater's outside, so we were like out there, we were looking at constellations, and I saw Taurus and Gemini, and then I saw the Sirius star. Like I was able to like point them out, and I was really
like
happy.
You knew them without having to look them up or anything?
So I was looking at my phone like to see which one's there, and then I got to pinpoint it. So now I know like if I see like those patterns. Yeah, so I know where Little Dipper is, Big Dipper, Orion, and then kind of close to Orion, that's where Taurus is, and then Gemini is like on the left side, and then Sirius is like also kind of the Sirius star is like on the left side. It's kind of right horizontal from like where the belt
I
ends.
wish you guys could see her hand motions. She's all over the place.
But yeah,
it's adorable.
It's so cool. I love stars. Like, I'm not really into like the whole like astrology thing and all that. But
you just angered so many people.
Stars, I said I'm not into it. Like, and if you get angered by saying that I'm not into it, then you should go check yourself out.
Welcome to cancel culture. Anyway, yeah.
What's it called? Like that whole astrology thing. Personally, I'm not into it. But I just like the stars are so beautiful, and it's just I don't know. I found a place that I can kind of see them better, but I need to go like find like proper stargazing, like on top of a mountainside where there's like no light.
Yeah.
Like, I need to. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, like, when it comes to me and clouds, I don't know anything about them, which is kind of like what also feeds like the fascination for them. And this is kind of like a thing I'm pretty adamant about. Like, I won't like go out of my way to like actually learn about them, even though like I'm really interested in them. Like, you know, because I mean, there are names for like the different patterns and stuff like that. But like, I kind of don't want to learn about them just to keep that kind of sense of like mystery and just kind of like just admire them for what they are and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of weird about that, but yeah. However, I've also know that I can love something even if I know everything about them. I mean, Exhibit A, Melanie, and you good? You zoned out. Hello. Hi. Did you like zone out? What happened?
I am still here. No, my mother's calling me.
Oh. Did you have any more questions?
Yeah, there's still more questions.
Do you want to take a quick cut?
No, it's fine. I can call her later.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's already mad at me.
Oh, well, yeah, we could talk about that afterwards. Why did Michael quit acting? When did I start acting? What?
Joey.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Was that a reference to that? I didn't get that.
I'm pretty sure.
That's hilarious. Actually, that makes sense because it follows the question, is Michael? Yeah, okay.
What's up? The call is still on there, so, and I don't want to hang up. I don't want to decline it. Okay, there it is. Nice. There it is.
Wow.
My question. Machuga asked, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck or woodchuck could chuck wood? Wait, first of all, woodchucks can't chuck wood?
How much wood can a woodchuck
No, I know, but like,
could chuck wood?
You know how like it says if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Mm-hmm.
So they can't chuck wood?
I don't know. I'm not a biologist.
I've never. What is a woodchuck? I've never seen. I don't even know what they look like. Are they like little beavers or something? I have no idea.
That's what I imagine them like.
I have no idea what a woodchuck looks like. Anyway, I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that question. How much wood? I'm gonna say 5 pieces.
Okay. You want me to ask his other question? Like his actual question?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go first?
No, ask the next one.
He said, would you smack her for $1 million? Why or why not? If yes, SMH on you. If no, SMH on you.
For $1 million? I'm gonna go with the hard no though. Like even without, I'm gonna go no. You know why?
No. We could get $1 million.
I know, but here's the thing. Well, one, I mean, it's kind of like a thing you probably shouldn't hit anyone. But two, I kind of have a history with slaps in particular, and so like I'm not about that. I thought that was obvious, but I guess it wasn't. Sure, $1 million. You don't need $1 million.
It doesn't say smack. Wait, never mind. I'm not gonna finish that. You go next.
What were you gonna say?
No.
Wait, no. What was the question?
The question is, would you smack her for $1 million?
Stop. Anyway. Babe. I mean, when you put it like that, I'm kidding. Your question. No, wait. My question. It's my question. Can you please confirm that Jewish Michael is a real person?
I wasn't there for Jewish Michael, so I am so sorry. I cannot actually confirm that.
Yeah. Fun fact. That was my freshman year because that was the only year I dressed up for Halloween. I dressed up as a prisoner, and everyone thought I was like it's kind of messed up, but like the whole joke was they thought I was like the boy in the striped pajamas. Like a Holocaust prisoner. See, but the thing on the like the package was like and it even had like a tattoo sleeve. But you couldn't really see it because it was a long sleeve top. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Freshman year of high school was fun.
This is by my friend Lauren. She says, will you allow yourself to get squished by a plane in order to keep her safe?
Yes. Squished by I feel like whatever situation that is, I'm done for anyway. So, if I can at least, like between the two of us, I feel like she's probably more worth, the one to keep living. So,
shut up.
I would gladly save her, and yeah, but also it'd be very hard to like. How do you escape a whole anyway, whatever. My answer is yes. Okay. Is it my question? I'm getting to the questions that like don't make any sense. How many more do you have?
I have one more.
Okay. Well then, I forgot about this one. Does Michael need to make a on my grind section of the podcast? On my grind? On my grind.
Is he talking about working out?
Well, I mean, I guess like that could be talking about a lot of things. It's like mostly when I think on my grind, I'm thinking like, academically. Oh man, I was definitely on my grind these past 2 days.
Yeah,
no, 3 days.
He can. He has good tips. He's the one who freaking makes my day schedule sometimes. He's like, you can do this and then do that and then do that. And it works.
Yeah, I also write emails sometimes for her. Yeah.
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 But he definitely could.
On my grind. That definitely has. I mean, it rhymes, so like that's clever. I like that. I don't know. Like, I guess that could be like a little mini series where it's like just tips on how to like, you know, I made an episode like how to deal with burnout. That I did for this volume.
You know what's the best way to study?
It could be like that. Well, I mean, there is no best way to study because it's different for everyone. So you'd have to kind of just like experiment and like try for yourself how it works.
It took me forever to learn my way of studying. Like before when I would study, I would just study like reading, and it didn't really work for me. And I coming to college, like actually like on campus, taught me what my form of studying is, and it's basically, there's two. One, if you teach it to somebody, which I find a lot of people it works for, like teaching it to somebody or pretending you're teaching it to somebody.
I mean, that just
really helps out
at the basic level, just being knowing enough so that you can explain and like teach another person.
And then since I don't have anybody to actually vocally teach it, I write it down because I find that writing it down with like pen and paper, like that works better for me than on a computer. Because for some reason I don't retain any information if I like type things out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like a whole thing. Well, because it's like you type so much faster than you write, so your brain has more time to process what you write than it does for like what you type, which is why it sticks better.
Explaining things in your own words. That's what I do.
See, for me, I learn best by like application, which is why I'm so good with like, wow, hello.
Beautiful.
Welcome to Voice Crack City. My name is Michael and I am the mayor. Like being able to apply, like that's why I'm really good with math and stuff like that, because like you can't study quote unquote for math, but you kind of just learn by practice. And so I do best by like practice.
I miss that.
And that's kind of how I learn things. Yeah. Also, it kind of works the same way for like computer science. It's like the only way to learn code for me, or I mean, I guess the best way for me to learn code is just like by, solving little puzzles and problems and stuff like that, which is what we mostly do in the intro to comp sci classes here. And then now we're doing like big old projects where it's like we take everything we've learned and we all put it together into like projects and stuff, which is both frustrating and fun. So, but it's more fun than frustrating, at least for me. Yeah. So do you have one more question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not really a question though.
Oh.
It says, this is one of my friends. She's like, "Hi, Joey. She's missed you a lot, so you better give her a big hug when you see her."
Well, thank you for letting me know. But also, I was going to do that anyway. But yeah. We've talked about this.
That's it on my end.
I'm so excited. So wait, today is the 3rd, which means I go back in 18 days. So that is kind
18?
of crazy. We've officially reached the teens. So basically, Melanie and I have been keeping track of the days ever since I left. And how we do this is like we send selfies to each other every day. And that's kind of like our thing. So it's like we'll send a selfie and then we'll caption it with like the day number and then I don't know, just a little blurb of something. So yesterday we sent each other the day 140, which was, I don't know if you felt anything, but when I saw 140, I was like, damn.
Wait, hold up. I got triggered because I saw somebody's story, like one of my friends, and they're talking about it's like it's only been 3 days and I already missed her. She's like, and I get this here in a week, and I'm like, 3 days.
Wow.
3 days.
You can't even say try 3 months because it's been almost 5.
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the first month was probably the hardest. And then
for sure.
And then I feel like this month is kind of just like it's like the month where it's like, okay, come on, finish up already. Yeah. So yeah.
First month was the hardest because he was away and I didn't have school yet.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of time to myself, and I don't do well with time with myself. That's a whole different segment.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Do you have any like, I don't know, anything you'd want to say about like people who may be listening who are also incredibly like, you know, like overthinkers and stuff like that? Cause yeah, I know that's always been a thing or like, we've had to like talk about and stuff where it's just like, yeah. And that's
like
why I kind of help her.
Overthinking in general, or the problems with overthinking in a long distance relationship?
However you want to approach it, I don't really mind. I mean, we've kind of gone past the relationship questions, kind of, and now we're just kind of in that little
overthinking.
Yeah, chatter segment. Yeah, hello. I know my podcast.
I know. Overthinking. A lot of people do it. Absolutely sucks because you know you're overthinking, but you can't make yourself stop. It's like, again, I think that's the thing probably that I hate the most. Is like I know that I'm overthinking,
like
right?
Recognizing it, but not being able to
do anything about it. Yeah. Like it sucks. And yeah, so it just, you make any little thing into a big thing, even though it shouldn't be a big thing. And like it affects everything. Like it affected my schoolwork at one point, and it still kind of does. Like I would have an easy assignment, I would overthink it, and then it would take me all day to finish it, even though it probably just should have taken me like not even half an hour.
Damn, yeah.
Like it gets really bad sometimes for me. And then yeah, my mind makes up a lot of scenarios sometimes.
Very imaginative.
Sometimes good, other times not so good. And these scenarios are very real to me sometimes. Like the emotions are real. Like I know they're not real. Like I know it's not happening, but the emotions that I feel for those scenarios are like definitely real, and they definitely show up. And I've definitely ended up crying because of some of the scenarios. So my brain, when it's left alone without anything to do for like long periods of time, starts making up those scenarios and starts overthinking any little thing. And it's no bueno for my health, because I do have a history with my health that gets affected by such scenarios. And I'm being very vague. I'm sorry, but
no, I mean, yeah. And she's also fidgeting a lot. So then how does or how do you think having like me, you know, like a partner help, or like how does that affect it?
It helps you think about someone else.
Oh.
That's one of my things. I just keep my mind occupied, the people I love, the person I love. And then also like I just knowing that you have someone to turn to if you don't want to be left alone with your thoughts. And then obviously like the reassurance. Like I am blessed enough to have somebody who like reassures me without being like, oh my gosh, why do you constantly need reassurance? Like, no, he knows what goes on with me. And he like happily reassures me. And sometimes he reassures me without knowing he's reassuring me, which I feel like we're connected in a weird level like that, because I would be overthinking about something.
And I have like no idea. And then I like say something, and then and then she tells me
something. Yeah. He would text me something that was relative to what I was thinking about, like overthinking about, and it's like it goes away, which is like, ooh, connected. But yeah, having someone there helps because like you get distracted from your own thoughts. You get reassured, and then also they like validate your feelings. Like, yeah, like we know like the overthinking, like the scenarios and like all that stuff. I know like they're not real, but like the emotions, like I said, are very much real. And then he validates those emotions, and then tries to like dig deeper into it. Like, okay, like those scenario wasn't real, but maybe you're going through something that is connected to it. And he makes me
start doing
look
some
into
psychoanalysis.
Yeah, going into it and stuff like that. It helps being able to like tell somebody about it, because like voicing it out in the open kind of like takes away that weight from your shoulders.
Right.
Or that's how it works with me personally. Just for me, just being able to talk about something that I was holding in definitely just makes me relax like afterwards. And
yeah, and like you don't necessarily need to have a romantic partner. It can be anyone you trust and anyone who cares about you, pretty much.
Exactly.
And that's kind of all it boils down to. And I love how like just being able to talk about things is like it can do so like a lot. Like it can fix a lot of things. Well, maybe not. I didn't want to use the word fix, which is why I said the word do. But it can definitely help, I guess. Yeah, which is why it's like one of the reasons why I love doing this show. It's just because it's like not only do I get to like talk to like friends and you know, I mean my girlfriend here today, but it's just like I don't know. It's just kind of like, well, one, it also is kind of like a little bit of an escape sometimes where it's like you had a long week. It's Friday. It's time to record a podcast. Let's do it, you know? And it's just kind of like you get to escape. And oh man, when I get really like, I don't know, uncomfortable or like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, cause I never really get like angry or like depressed and stuff like that. But when I ever get like similar feelings, I tend to kind of like throw myself into work. Hence, we talked about this a couple of times now. Last April, I was all like, you know, in those feelings. And I was just like, what did I do? I gave myself a job. Yeah. And so it's just kind of like, I guess it also depends on like yourself. Like this is just kind of like the thing that works for me. For other people, maybe it's work that's causing them these problems. And so their solution would have to be like to step away from it and stuff like that. But I'm kind of like a workaholic sometimes where it's like, I will like working and feeling productive is kind of like what gives me like that joy of like, I'm doing something. Would you say you're like that too, or would you say you're more so like I need to step away from work and kind of just do other things?
I do both. I can do
that's
both.
why I wasn't sure. So I was like, what do you consider yourself?
Yeah.
Didn't want to speak for you.
Yeah. Sometimes I like, because I love being productive, and I like doing stuff that I know I'm good at.
Mm-hmm. And she's good at
like,
a lot of things.
Why
super talented.
Band was such a big thing for me in like high school, and why I regret not doing it right now, like during college.
Yeah.
Because I don't have like that thing where it's like don't get me wrong, I'm doing good in my classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm passing my classes. I got the highest final grade for one of my classes. Not flex, but like I have flex. But like I'm doing good in my classes, but it's not like for me, like doing well in classes is like a have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me personally, because first of all, I have a scholarship that I have to maintain, and then
you have a GPA that you have to maintain.
Yeah, I have to maintain a certain GPA in order to keep my scholarship, and I don't know. Also, because like good grades was just that's all I've known.
Mm-hmm.
That's
also
what
not
I've
to
been
flex.
conditioned. Yeah, that's all I've been conditioned to, like
expectations of not like others onto you.
I set the bar too high,
but more so for yourself. Yeah,
I set the bar way too high in high school.
Wait. Yeah.
So now it's expected.
So okay. So my problems have always been like what others expect of me. Is yours like what you've always expected of yourself?
What I expect to myself. For me, it's myself now. Because my parents and my siblings and my counselors have told me, they're like, you don't have to get straight A's. They would tell me that during high school. They're like, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. Like, it's okay to get a B. And I would be like, no.
No. Straight up, yeah.
Not okay.
Yeah, I've had many talks like that with her. Just like, you can relax. We're in college now.
College, I've been more open-minded about getting grades that aren't an A.
I mean, your freshman year, you still got all A's, so it's just like...
Yeah, I got all A's. And I think I'm on my way of getting all A's. I just, knock on wood, don't want to jinx that. But, yeah, so I can definitely... Being productive does help, but then also sometimes I get way too overwhelmed with whatever I'm doing with work. And sometimes I just need to, like, walk away from whatever is stressing me out. Literally, me and my roommate and some guys from across the hall, not across the hall, technically. Well, yeah, from my hall, yeah. We go on stress walks really late at night, and we're just walking and talking, and occasionally we scream. Which
she sent me a video one time of her doing like an actual and I've never heard her scream like that, and I was like, there's a lot of emotions built up into that scream.
Yeah,
it kind of scared me a little bit. I was all like, damn.
No, that was the second scream I did. The first scream was literally like everything I was at my boiling point with that first scream I did. I touched me that, but I didn't take a video of it.
Mm-hmm.
That first scream, yeah. And I was like at my boiling point, like literally. So like that, literally like just screaming it. That felt so nice and so like relieving, and like I felt like literally like felt weight come off of me, and it felt nice. But yeah,
damn,
definitely do both. Yeah, I was going to say something else about overthinking, but I forgot. Oh, it was about going back to how overthinking sucks.
Right.
There's so many occasions where it's like I'm done hanging out with like people, like even my friends, and like I leave the situation being like, "You're so dumb. Why'd you say that?" Or "Why didn't you say anything?"
Interesting. Yeah.
It's like criticizing little things about yourself. It's like, yeah, like I've lost so many situations, so many like conversations. I've lost them feeling dumb, it's stupid, and it's like, that's another overthinking thing.
Should never feel that way. I mean, you just flexed about how like you maintained high grades and stuff, and I mean. Yeah, I guess that's not really like a direct correlate. I mean, it's kind of been proven that like grades aren't everything that like show. Because I mean, some like really intelligent like students like just have a lot going on in their lives, and they can't really like put as much time into their schoolwork. But that doesn't make them any less smart and stuff like that. Yeah, it's. I don't know. Overthinking is something I never really had too much of a problem with. Like, I mean, I feel like everyone goes through it to an extent, but it's never been like a constant thing for me, or at least as much as it has been for Melanie. Yeah. And I mentioned earlier, I love helping other people. And I mean, I'm always happy to kind of be there for her, especially when she needs me. And I think one of the hardest parts of like having or being in a long distance relationship is, well, or at least for me, what it has been is like, yeah, I mean, I guess for that first couple of weeks, it was like, I really miss like our cuddle sessions or like, having you in my arms and stuff like that. But, over time it's slowly become like, you're like kind of going through something right now, and I can't physically be there for you. And that's kind of what's been probably the hardest part for me about maintaining a long distance relationship. It's just like, damn. Because I mean, what do I do? Like she's like telling me all these things, and then I'm kind of just on the other side of the screen, like, like sometimes there's nothing you can really say, but there are just things that you can do to like help, and it's just like I can't do anything, and I don't know, just feeling that kind of like helplessness, kind of, or not. I don't know if it's like helplessness, but more so like not like uselessness, I guess. Just kind of just like it's terrible. But I mean, she kind of also mentioned like reassurance and stuff like that. Like being in this long distance relationship has also been pretty reassuring in a lot of aspects as well. Of kind of just being like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really like matter how, not to get a little cheesy or anything, but like it doesn't matter how far away we are. It's kind of incredible how I can still feel her like love over here.
There's a quote that I have because I made this thing for our anniversary. There's like different long distance ones, but the one that kind of reminded me right now was, distance means so little when someone means so much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the long distance, like you said, it's very reassuring. And it's like, I definitely know that our relationship is happy and healthy. It's like a healthy one because, like, you would think as an overthinker, I would be like panicking about him and like, what's he doing? Does he still love me? Is he gonna come back? Right?
Yeah.
All that stuff. But I haven't actually had many moments like that.
Keyword.
And
many.
I am actually really happy about that. And I think that just goes to show like how much I trust him with it, like with everything. And, like,
I mean, I feel like
how
also,
much I trust the relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, like also, like trust is definitely like a huge factor, but also communication is like,
Yeah.
I think most like not even just like romantic relationships, but like all relationships kind of boil down to communication.
Communication is key.
Yeah. Communication, trust, and just kind of like knowing how you feel. Is that like an actual saying?
It's something like that.
Okay. That came out of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like those three things, like just because I mean, you can have trust and communication, but you also have to like know how you feel and stuff like that. And to like be sure that like, yeah, I really do like this person.
Communication and trust come hand in hand, though, because you have to be able to trust the person in order to communicate with them.
Mm-hmm. So then what about having like a third party, kind of like someone who's not like in the relationship, obviously, but it's just kind of like, you know, like for example, it could be like your roommate or like your best friend aside from your best friend, and like stuff like that. People who you can also turn to talk about your relationship.
You see, in that situation, I
don't know. I'm just trying to cover aspects of relationships. Yeah.
Yeah. There's sometimes where I feel like that's good, but then other times where I feel like that's bad. It's good sometimes because, like, for me personally, like, as an overthinker, I know sometimes it may be like something that I want to bring up probably isn't worth bringing up. It's probably in my head. Right. And it's going to cause unnecessary problems. So, like, having someone, like, outside be like, should I, or am I just overthinking this? Mm-hmm. And then they'll be straight up with you, like, either like, yeah, you should probably talk to me about it, or girl, like, shut up. Like, it's not going on.
Yeah.
Right? But then it can also be a problem because it's like the fact that you feel more comfortable talking to someone else about our relationship with somebody, like with them rather than with me, like that can also cause problems. So I feel like it just, I don't know. I think I asked you about it one time, didn't I? Where I was like, how would you feel like if I talked to somebody?
Oh yeah.
About it, because like I'm an overthinker and like
right.
making
and I'm
sure
pretty sure I said I was okay with it. I mean, yeah, it's like yeah. But also I was like also thinking about I don't know, it's just the pessimist in me, but it's like, what if that third party, like even though you trust them, it also kind of like leaves you vulnerable to like manipulation and stuff like that. It's intense, crazy. I get that from movies. Haven't actually like experienced it, but it's just like, damn. Especially in
don't be surprised if they end up together at the end of the movie.
Mythology. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, Melanie and her tropes. That's amazing. I'm trying to think.
Janet was telling me about this book she was reading, and it's called The Hypothesis. I don't know if it was an actual book or if it's a like kind of Wattpad kind of book. I don't know what kind of book.
Oh, not the Wattpad.
Not in the Wattpad. But it was good. It was a good description, and now I'm going to check it out.
Oh my god! I mean, you go enjoy yourself, I guess. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I'll tell you this after the show.
I don't know. Is there any like other aspects of like relationships, long distance relationships? Because I mean, you're probably not going to be on the show for like a while, so I kind of just want to like.
Damn. Yo, I didn't think. Okay, you remember how we went through like the list of like problems of long distance relationships before we got into like the long distance relationship?
Yep.
You remember one of those problems where it's like being like, was it jealous? Or like not even just like the other sex, but like friends too sometimes. Dude, when I first read that, I was like, I don't think so, bruh. I wouldn't say I was necessarily like jealous, right? But it does suck knowing that other people can be like there for you physically and I can't. Like that freaking blows. It blows so bad.
Yeah, I've kind of accepted it. I was just like, I mean, realistically, there's nothing I can do. But if there's, like someone else over there that's like, that can actually be there for you, can only like thank them really.
Yeah. I never thought that was going to be a problem.
Wait, is it a problem? Do we have to talk about this?
No. It's not one of those like big problems. Just one of those, okay, it is what it is. Kind of fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like I need to have a talk with my girlfriend. I'm kidding. No, I mean, actually there were a couple of moments where like, I don't know. I think this is a pretty good episode length. It's been like an hour and a half. I was supposed to be at the gym 10 minutes ago. And they actually started already. So, damn. Anyway, not to like make you feel better or anything, but I mean, I love talking to you and, yeah, it's, we were on a really good roll. So I was just like, it doesn't matter. I don't have to go to the gym. Or it doesn't matter if I go late anyway. I'd rather spend my time with my babe. So here we are. And I think that's a pretty good spot to like wrap up this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. And thank you, Melanie, for coming on to it. Happy 14 months.
Thank you. Happy 14 months.
Yeah. And, oh man. All right. So next week is, the last week out. No, it might not be the last. It's definitely not going to be the last week. But next week, is the second to last week here or the last weekend at Bowdoin. So we're probably only gonna have 2 more high quality episodes like these, like this, and then when I go back home, I bought myself a microphone. So hopefully it probably won't live up to like this quality, and I probably won't be able to do things like virtual guests because you kind of need this thing, and stuff like that. But I mean, it'd be nice to get, if I'm only going to be there for like 5 weeks or so, or 4, I can't count. But yeah, it'd be nice if I can get some of my friends from back home on the show. That would be pretty cool. Maybe get my little brother on there too. Cause he is super interesting and he is so much fun to talk to, but like I've only ever talked about him, and I did an episode way back when with him. But this is volume 2 now. So yeah, bit of a longer outro. Yeah. All right. I'm done. Melanie, do you have any last bits to say?
Have a beautiful day and an amazing holiday season. Oh. And you're enough.
Well, okay. You're right. Yes, you are. Okay. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And I'll see you guys next week, hopefully with another guest. Bye.
Bye-bye.